we as people depend on ecosystems for the essentials of life. They provide us food, water, clean air, fuel, fibre. But they do more than that. They regulate our climate, alleviate flood risk, they control pests and diseases. They're places where we go to relax, recreation, to be inspired by nature. All these benefits that we get from nature are ecosystem services. So they can be defined as the ecosystem services being the benefits people get from nature. Because we depend on these ecosystems, it's important that we sustain them so we can continue to get those benefits. But those ecosystem services are under threat. They're under threat from a number of things: habitat loss, climate change, invasive species, and pollution. So what we're trying to do here is think about how the way we as people affect the environment has consequences for the ecosystems and the benefits we get from them. So if we think about chemicals, chemicals provide us with lots of benefits. So we use chemicals to enhance food production. We use chemicals to improve health, either prevent disease or treat disease. We use chemicals to just have all the benefits of a modern life. And they all improve our well-being, our health and well-being. But when we extract those chemicals, when we produce them, when we use them, they can go into the environment and have adverse effects on the ecosystem, which can affect the services and affect well-being. So you've got balance there between the positive effects on well-being of chemicals and the potential negative effects through the effects on the environment. And what ecosystem services does as a framework is allow you to consider those costs and benefits and work out what types of decisions we should make in what places. How should we manage the environment for the good of everybody? Ecosystem services as a term has become popular since really the Millennium Ecosystem Assessment in 2005, which really drew it to the attention of people. And one of the things that made people sit up was that when they did that assessment, they concluded that about 60% of the ecosystem services they assessed globally were either degraded or being used unsustainably. We know that the global population continues to grow. We're going to be 9 billion by 2050. That larger population is going to require more resources, it's going to produce more pollution, more waste. And therefore the threat for those services is going to get even greater, as will the demand for the benefits we get. So it's becoming increasingly important that we understand those interdependencies between what we do and the benefits we get, so that we can manage effectively with this increasing population going forward. We should be honest and transparent about what we do, and we should be aware of the consequences of the decisions we make. So yes, it's anthropocentric, but one of the benefits is it's making those decisions and the consequences of any management decisions we make transparent. So whatever the decision that's made, people can see what the advantages and the potential disadvantages are for that decision, what the trade-offs are going to be going forward. So I see the benefit of ecosystem services as a framework going forward is to enable that conversation, to enable that dialogue. So it's a way that scientists can communicate their ideas to decision makers, and decision makers can then make informed judgments based on that evidence. It allows you to also think about the value of the benefits you get. Not just the science thinking about how are those benefits delivered, but what value do those benefits have. And that value can be social, it can be cultural, it can be economic value. And then that provides a mechanism for communities to get involved in the discussion. What kind of landscape do they want in their area? What kind of services do they want that landscape to deliver? So it's not only a useful framework for decisions being made at European level, it's also a useful framework for decisions being made at a local level.